lady you told me about?
Yes, that is the witch put inside.
Wait. You mean this is the lady you described to me? The shapeless witch everybody needs to see?
Do you know her?
Oh, but she is the total opposite of what you told me about her. Just look at her height, her complexion, her waist. Imagine her irresistible stature and humble appearance. If I had met her before your husband, I would have gone ahead and had her all to myself. She's so disarming and pretty. Dumb or no dumb.
Men are unpredictable creatures. Instant partners. How can you describe a dumb maiden as beautiful, even when she cannot take your compliments? I feel you have an inferiority, which is why you are attracted to her. But you know what? You have lost.
I don't know what you're talking about. All I know is that she's a complete angel and opposite of all you told me about her. Hey.
You know what? You have overstayed your welcome. I can't sit here and watch you insult me in my husband's house. You pervert.
Hey, I don't know why such a handsome, promising young man like Omalenze will decide to ruin his own life with bad and indecent behavior all over Itisinansa and beyond.
Don't say that I told you. History has it that his mother was raped at Umudieleke and her parents threw her out. She now went to Ajofia to give birth to him, and Ajofia promised to save and keep him alive. He took after his rapist father, whom is believed to be a criminal. But nobody can destroy the sword of the gods, except the gods reject him by themselves. He is an outcast, yes, but an offspring of the gods.
My dear, I also heard the reason for his unrepentant crimes is because he reportedly dragged an indigent old man from the bed and took his wife hostage.
Hey, that young man has a lot of evil stories surrounding him.
Hey, the more reason he excommunicates himself from people all the time.
Yet the priest's wife, Urena, still gives him access to her body, knowing that he is evil.
What do you expect? Birds of a feather.
Flocks together.
Hey! I pity him, seriously. There's no time I see him in this community that I don't get scared.
Pity is an understatement.
Pretty damsel. Fine woman. My beautiful Uri, the epitome of ancient beauty. You know what? I'm still wondering how your husband was brainwashed to marry this ugly dunghill of a woman. Even if he's free for keep.
Now you are talking like the man I fell in love with. I knew this worthless dumb girl would not impress you for long. When you were busy praising her the other day, I knew it was my flattery just to pull my legs. But now, the gods have vindicated me. You know, if this village was created by women, men would be bereft of sweet tongues.
You can say that again. Now tell me, how has your husband been treating you?
The prince is getting worse. He doesn't answer my greetings nowadays. And it's so painful. I am so pained considering the fact that the reason he's doing all this is as a result of marrying this worthless dog girl. But I would teach her that if a young colleague lifts up a senior colleague in a scuffle, a load of utensil will crash upon her.
I understand your anger. But you have to calm down, my lady. You have to. He who walks with caution does not hurt his toes on his thumb. You have to take things easy so that we do not make mistakes. Yes. And remember, beware of the dumb. For the God speaks for them and protect them.
What are you going to do, my princess? I don't know. I can't believe my own Omaleze is so reluctant in doing something about this. What about the royal family? How do they take the news? I don't even care how they take the news. I am more concerned about the damage it will cause in my marriage. See, we need to find a way out so you will not endanger the life of your children if the prince sends you out of the palace. Because that is another possible thing the prince is capable of doing. In that case, I need you to organize a meeting with Omalidi as soon as possible. Please, my sister, if possible, let him come to the palace. Please. Because I need solution. I don't even know what to do. You know what? Okay. I have to go. I will see you, okay? Just take things easy, okay?
Your Majesty, you sent for me. You look very pensive. Is everything okay?
There is thunder in the sky, Edoga. I think Prince Onusoleze has something he knows.
How do you mean?
I think he has found out that I am not his real father. He threatened to make me abdicate this throne and take over the throne which rightfully belongs to him.
This is very serious. But who must have told him about it?
Who else if not the queen? Or did you?
Oh, you know I can't do a thing like that. knowing the dangers that surround. No, I didn't, and I wouldn't.
I have tried everything possible to make sure that Onusoleze does not have an heir. Now, Agbaleke has given him the right that he now have a second wife. I heard that his wife is pregnant. I was thinking that my relationship with that mistress from Abagana would be fruitful. I was thinking that she will give me an heir. Now she is not where to be found. Not even in the deep blue sky. I don't know what is happening to this dream.
You are still the king. Yes, you are. We will either find a way to persuade him to leave the throne, or better still, find a way to deny him the throne. And not even the queen can stop us from that.
I've always trusted you, my friend. Do something.
Yes. Yes. I will. It's a promise that has to be kept. I will.
Urena, what is wrong with you? Don't you think about my future in terms of ambition? Don't you know at my age, I should have my own family no matter how tender? This is an opportunity for us to get married. And here you are asking me to get you pregnant with a son for that prince.
I cannot marry you, Malinze. The worst husband is better than thousands of good men friends out there.
You keep on complaining about your husband's wickedness towards you. But here I am with full vigor, offering myself to you on a platter. So we can start afresh.
Oh, Malinze, I cannot marry you. All I want is for you to eliminate this good-for-nothing girl. Help me to regain my control in my husband's house. That's all I want from you.
I cannot do that. I cannot kill that lady.
You must do this work, Malinze. Remember, I have records of your undetected atrocities in this community. Remember the young wombs you tied in that evil native doctor's shrine. The children you kidnapped. The things you've stolen in this village. I can easily give you out for execution. And you and I know the gods will find you guilty.
Hey, Ure. There is no need for this argument. The only problem that defies solution is death. We have to find a way to get rid of your co-wife. But we have to be careful.
Ichie, my wife is greeting you.
Oh, yes, I know. I've seen her. Yes. Thank you.
How come this your unexpected visit?
It is very unexpected because the palm tree is growing a fruit at its front. Yes. And it is the duty of we, the elderly, to admonish the young ones about certain issues that concerns our historical sequence.
Ichie, what are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is simple. But if you feel that my visit to your place is not accepted, then by the fire in your kitchen, cast it away. But I advise you to return me. But if you find it useful, cultivate it and reserve it for posterity.
Ichie, my ears are aching to hear you out. Or do you want to eat before we start discussing?
No. 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 The only appetite I have now is the appetite of admonishing our young ones. Telling them to understand the ills that is happening in our community. When the blind man dips his food on the floor instead of the plate on the table, the brothers around begin to scratch their brows in shame. Yes, my prince. You must understand what I'm talking about.
Ichie, permit me to say that your way of talking is a great advantage which the gods have used to bless you in a way. And it has spiced the advantage and the respect which you've wedded within and outside Etitinansa. Now tell me, what are you talking about?
Your mates have excommunicated you. Yes. And most of them have even withdrawn their support towards you. Even the women folks have formed a gossip league against you. How do you want to solve this problem?
I've not noticed what you've just said. Why would someone want to excommunicate me?
Because you married that dumb wife of a woman that an outcast is better than. Yes. That is what I'm talking about. Now look at the embarrassment. When are you going to be tired of this your sign language? If you are not ashamed, our kinsmen are. What is wrong with you?
Ichie Doga, your observations are right. But before we proceed, let us break the kola knot.
Okay. He who brings color brings life.
They say,
that is again what I'm talking about. Look at this embarrassment. That she could just break into a discussion without the courtesy of an apology. Are you not tired of this?
Ichie Doga, may we proceed, please?
Let me tell you. If you don't know what to do, I'll tell you. Go and marry another wife and chase this woman away. I've told you this is very important, more than this. Chase this woman away.
Chase your wife away first.
How? My wife is not dumb. She is sane too, and she will not behave the I am done!
Why do you stand there looking at me as if I'm a global masquerade, therefore pretending you don't know what I'm talking about? I asked, who told Prince Onusolese that I am not his real father?
I did.
You did?
He needed to know the truth. So I had to tell him the truth. Why are you scared about the same truth that will certainly be opened someday?
Why have you decided to be rebellious towards the throne of the proud land, the Titanasa?
Rebellious, you said? Igwe and Igweze. Do you think I am daft? Look, all I've been trying to do is to protect my son's interest. I know you orchestrated a plan to deprive him of the throne, his birthright.
Do not forget that most destinies are primarily determined by mothers before the gods approve of it.
Oh, what are you talking about, woman?
Urena's marriage with my son was supported by you. You supported it because you knew she was a woman of easy virtue. Oh, you thought she could cheat on my son and my son would die. But my son did not die. And you refused to support him again to remarry. Because you thought that the new wife would give him an heir. Why are you so full of evil thoughts? We had an agreement before the levirate concerning the throne. Igwe and Ebeze. My son Onosoleze is indestructible and he must take over the throne from you. We had an initial agreement and we must stick to it.
You want to ignite an inferno that will make me go up in flame. Why do you want to ruin me?
Because you ruined me first. By having a carnal knowledge of your maid, Iruka from Abagana. Oh, you think I don't know? I was the one who sent her out of the palace. Yes, and let me shock you again. I made sure I flushed her womb before she left. You promised you and I forever. I married you because I want to secure the throne for my late husband, your brother. But your evil thoughts had made you an enemy to all that agreement. He who breaks the edges, the serpent, will bite.
Have you not noticed changes in her body? She's pregnant. That means your suggestion can wait until the gods determine her position under the roof.
I doubt it will not be too late. And I know that her parents will not want to take her back because there will be no suitor to come for her again. Onosoleze, go and break the custom in your own interest. Her presence here is odoriferous. And as long as she stays around here, that odor will remain and repel people away from you. Benya.
Iche, I don't care. I do not care at all. Everyone has his or her own life to live.
What would it profit you to die for one woman and have 20 of them come for your burial? Onosoleze, think about this. I can even volunteer to look for a beautiful woman for you. Arrange her like arranging. You understand? Arrange the woman for you.
Iche, let us adjourn this matter. A vulture does not finish Palmhouse in one day. I will talk to another person for deliberation and assistance. One needs companion to undertake a risky journey.
Did you just mention another person for assistance?
Yes, because you're the one who suggested I chase her away and take another wife. I think I need another advice on this.
Yes, that is true, but you have to take it easy. It is too early to bring another person's advice into this. They might think I influenced you to do so. Do you understand me, William? Oh, take it easy, my son. Don't be too in a hurry. Oh.
I don't know why Omalize is dragging his feet in doing this for me. That That girl needs to be eliminated before she gives birth to whatsoever she's carrying in that stomach of hers. I am surprised myself.
He's supposed to be at the pivotal point to make sure your pride and happiness is returned to the palace.
I want Awele dead. Her presence challenges my confidence in the palace.
Don't worry. We will find a way around making him do your bidding. Trust me. I will do that.
Greetings, Your Highness.
Now tell me, Edoga, how did it go?
That woman must have given the prince a portion from her witchcraft. She's not ready to leave that dumb woman, even if she remains barren.
Edoga, we must use all cajoling means, except violence. Else, it will boomerang on us, and we will eventually lose the throne.
No, that's out of it. Tofiaka, you can't lose the throne. No. How did you come about that? No.
Edoga, we must try everything possible to make sure that Awele does not have her feet in this kingdom. And you are sure of a plot of land in this kingdom, a full barn of yams, 10 baskets of turmeric. I don't mind if you go fetish.
I've heard you, Your Majesty. I will anchor this matter with possibilities of subsequent trial. I will go right now.
Onye ji ogwugwu ọnwụla udo. Ndị na-ekwere onyeisi ma ekwubi ọbụla okwu, ya ekwe n'ukwu ma agbabi ọbụla egwu.
He who the gods want to destroy, the first of all make him death.
Greetings, Awaleke, the mouthpiece of the gods of Etitinansa.
Stay away from the prince and his new wife, else you'll incur the wrath of the gods upon yourself.
No. Leave that part. Marrying a girl from another village is against our tradition. That cannot happen, especially not when I'm alive. It's an erroneous act which you stand to protect. Huh? No, I will not live to see that happen.
If you do not redirect your steps, where you are going to in life will be closer than you expect.
Is that supposed to be a threat? Huh? Do you wish me dead?
Leave the priest and his family alone. The gods have not found him guilty yet.
As long as I live, that marriage will not work. No way! No way! As long as I live, no! That marriage will not work. No! No. No. Omeme. No. Omeme. That marriage will not work. You are threatening me.
Alright, now the gods will never forsake you. You asked her to give you to feed, right? Did she give you? Where is it? She couldn't even give you something to pick your feet. Well, as a kind and gentle woman that I am, here is to speak.
You want to destroy my man? It's a problem. Listen, fret not about that woman. Is she not the same person that gave me water the other day? She also served me juice while I was waiting for you.
Defender. I am happy she snubbed you. Yes! I am happy that she snubbed you. Because you've seen the kind of evil woman that she is. Well, the fly that perches on our food must be crushed. Else, we swallow it with the food.
Yes. But extreme care must be taken to avoid spilling the food because of the fly. Now listen to me. When you raised the idea of eliminating her, I remember requesting you provide plan for its execution. How far have you gone?
You are an expert, so you give the solution.
For me to attain a successful operation, your maximum assistance is needed. So you lead the way.
So now it has to do with Urena. I should lead the way. Oh, have I been the one giving you ideas in all the dubious crimes to be committed in this kingdom?
Hey,
have I?
Hey! Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You'll even receive your voice.
So now it has to do with me. I should lead the way. I know your plan. I know your plan is to sleep with that woman. But over my dead body will you do that? I will never allow you to go close to her. Stupid he-goats. Stupid he-goats. Nonsense.
Please, is there wine in this house?
Just tell him, my friend, I have to start going now. I just have to go. Yeah.
You no longer spend time these days in my house. You're always in a hurry to rush home.
This is Adema. You know, my wife's tummy is protruding every day. Yes. And no one is by her side to run an errand for her.
I understand what you're saying. I understand. That is exactly the reason I've always suggested that you should at least hire one of the maids in the royal home to do the errands for her.
You see, I don't want all those distractions in the palace. That's why I left the palace in the first place, to live separately.
My prince, do you not know that at a time like this, your wife Ijawole needs a maid? A maid who will be running small errands for her. Yes.
Whatever a maid can do, I, Prince Omosoleze, can do it better.
Oh, there you are with your private life.
I've
always known you to be a very private person. You live a private life. What do you care?
Listen, I'm not afraid of carrying out murder assignment, but it is paramount I get first-hand information on some certain basic habits at night in your compound that will help me with a successful operation.
What information do you need?
When does the household go to sleep? Where and in what position? You see, this information needs to be properly harnessed in this planning stage.
Well, we sleep early enough. Our husband patrols the compound before going to sleep, and he never wakes up till morning before going to work.
Wait. Do you all sleep in the same room?
No, I don't share the same room with them. For 3 seasons, my husband has never invited me to come sleep with him.
This will pose a very big problem. How do we gain entry into this house? We need to get some specifics for us to twist and fix.
Actually, I'm at a loggerhead with my husband. But I will discuss with him and get back to you. We need to sort everything out and eliminate Awole in less than 1 week.
Another thing. You need to consult the gods. Because I have a very strong feeling that the gods will not allow you harm her. Unless you make a passionate case of justified aggression against her. Probably you appease the oracle for them to silence her spirit. Then we can strike.
And you think the gods will allow me to kill anyone, no matter how cogent my reasons are?
Regina, you know what? That aside, I think what I need right now is to satisfy my burning fire. I need to truncate some inner anatomy. Come on, baby.
Mama Lindsay is still sleeping with my wife, Regina. They're still making their evil plans against Awole.
My friends, I wonder why you are yet to take reactions that will put an end to all this nonsense.
I can only react when there is something to react on.
That has always been your words. So tell me, what are the new strategies?
Regina will undertake to come to me in the agreement that she will start sleeping with me again.
Why would she do that? Who told her that hustling for sleeping over with you is going to make her get a male child for you? Listen to me, my brother. Everybody needs to understand that having a child is the prerogative of the gods. I mean, this same Regina has been the one who has been desecrating your matrimonial bed with that unrepentant rogue, Omaleze. It cannot validate pregnancy. Getting pregnant is the prerogative of the gods.
Well, I don't know. It's an avenue to compile vital information to enhance elimination plot.
That is nonsensical. It is obvious that what Regina thinks at a time like this is that she can comfortably eliminate Ijawole. My question is, who told her that Ijawole is just any kind of girl that she would eliminate just like that?
Well, I don't know. Money from Nobuno eating I can see
I'm so happy.
Oh, the beautiful ladies of Etitinasa.
Greetings, Iche.
Greetings, Iche.
How are you? I'm sure you're about to go and fetch water from the stream.
Yes, Iche.
Oh, Mama, you look beautiful. Ah. Wadinobi, can I have a word with you? Very important one at that.
How may I help you?
Oh, you can't help me. No. I'm in a better position to help you. I mean, liberate your family.
What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that Iwe and Ibeze, the revered king of Etitinanza, is interested in you and wants to make you his wife. And then you will become the queen of Etitinanza. Sounds beautiful, eh?
Ichedoga, are you sure you understand what you're talking about?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. You know, the king is a man with very, very few words. So all you need to do, tell me when and where it is convenient for you. In private, and he will be there. Yes. To see you.
I can't imagine what you're saying is the truth.
Oh, you better start imagining how beautiful you will look on those your queen attires. How you will walk alakandastically, majestically around the village of Etitinanza. And of course, people will start to envy you. Yes! And even a dog at one point will say to you, greetings, the queen of Etitinanza. It will be such a good feeling. Mama. And don't forget that this is a secret between me and you until you meet the king. Okay? Secret. Don't forget the word secret. Huh? Okay.
Okay,
And
let's go.
what did he call you to tell you?
Oh, he said he wants me to teach his daughter how to dance. Yes.
How to dance? Are you now the great dancer that he sought for your tutelage in terms of dancing steps? What happened to Cheta, our renowned dancer, who is also the head of Wakiti, Etitinanza? Tell me already what you know. What did he tell you?
Why? Why are you sounding like you suspect I'm lying? No, now.
He's waiting over you.
What's the meaning of that? He said I should teach his daughter how to dance. What's bad if he chooses me?
This is not a laughing matter. What do you know? You know you're lying. You know it. You're lying.
Not serious. Let's go, Joe. Please, let's go. Are you serious now?
It's not a laughing matter. I'm very serious.
Hey, sweetheart. My sweet husband. The man of my youth. I actually brought this for you. My husband. I have a pressing matter I want to discuss with you. A plea for a little favor.
This one, you brought food for me to eat today. I thought you'd discharge your obligation towards me. I thought you've left me with impunity to becoming everybody's woman.
I'm sorry, my husband. I only reacted out of jealousy and aggression.
Those who taught you how to apologize should also teach you the customary prerequisite to such absolution.
Pardon my inadequacy, my husband. A food made by a child tests childishly. Please, allow me to make my request.
No. If you're here to initiate a reconciliation, then do it in the way of custom. I'll go back to whoever that taught you or sent you and learn how to prepare the proper ritual.
My husband, the issue I want to discuss with you is an urgent one. Please accept this fruit and allow me to tender my request.
Read my lips. I am not going to eat your fruit until you test it.
What?
Yes.
Are you trying to say I poisoned this fruit? Oh, Solis, are you trying to say I poisoned the fruit? Are you trying to say I poisoned it? No, tell me you're going to kill me today!
Hey, stop.
Are you trying to say I poisoned it?
Stop this.
No! Let the people hear me! Are you trying to say I poisoned the food?
No. This is not right. This is not right at all. How do you expect me to remain silent and not act in a situation like this?
Just calm down, okay? Calm down.
Calm down? Someone insulted my husband and engaged him in a fight. And you tell me to calm down.
I understand your grief. Okay? It's very clear to me. But you have to calm down so we can reap the benefit to revenge. Okay? You're not going to talk now. I will tell you when to talk. I can defend myself. Okay? Please.
I just don't want to disobey you. But this is not right. Are you okay?
This is a serious case of accusation. I mean, how could Urena go to that extent by trying to kill her own husband in a way of poisoning his own food? How on earth we should do that?
Your Majesty, this is an embarrassing situation. So what do we do now?
I think it's important for us to invite Abaleke, the mouthpiece of Etitinanza, to handle the situation since it involves the royal home. We must make sure we have an unbiased judgment in a situation like this. Yes.
If that is the case, both families involved will produce those that had the quarrel to broker settlement before the king and the mouthpiece of Amadieke. I do not know my daughter Urena to be a killer.
Well, we all know the procedures involved in handling situations like this, isn't it? Igwe, please, I want you to procure the food for surveillance and safety until the appointed date.
Sure thing. The food will be well procured until that day. Guard.
Your Majesty.
Please inform the food and beverage department that the elders are here.
Okay, Your Majesty.
Let's be calm, brothers. Let's be calm.
My God. Tell us why you launched that. The elders will sit in jury tomorrow to advance justice in this matter. Your mother and I, Obia Somba, that only each share with a difference in this community, cannot afford to be disgraced in public. Tell us, my daughter.
Father, Onusoleze has punished me a lot under his roof since I got married to him. And you people have piously intervened in our differences. And I took it in good faith. Considering how...
Urenwa, please forget all these things you're saying. Huh? Your father and I do not have all the time to listen to all these details. Go straight to the point. Eh? Be brief. Pico, Aboya.
No. Just stop.
Father, my husband has cast me away even before he got married to his new wife. He abandoned me with my children to die of hunger, just because they are not male. His new wife is expecting, yet he still doesn't want me. The other day, I went to meet him to request he readmit me into his bed for me to enable me beg the gods for another child. Onusoleze accused me of poisoning his food. He embarrassed me in front of his new wife.
Unge, did you say he embarrassed you before his new wife? How did he do that?
He asked me to leave with the food and leave it for another day.
Can you taste the food before everyone?
Yes, Father.
If you're asked to taste it, can you?
Yes, Father. Why would I poison my husband? Why would I poison his food?
Uge mommy. Ada mommy. Please, we are your family. Eh? Tell us the truth. Are you sure you can taste that food tomorrow in the public?
How can you even say such a thing? Why will I poison my husband's food? Why will I want to kill my husband?
Stop crying, my daughter. Stop crying, my daughter. I assure you of our unmitigated support in this matter. Provided your mother and I, Ichiobia Somba, will not be humiliated before our son-in-law. You must make a positive presentation that will endear you to the hearts of the elders in jury. We must not be humiliated by our son-in-law tomorrow. You must not allow him to defeat you tomorrow.
I didn't poison his food. Why would I even poison my husband?
Okay,
why is Onusoleze treating me this way?
I warn thee against your decision to marry that dog. Now, since you married her, it has been from one quarrel to another.
And so? Does it matter? Does it matter? Where were you all when Urena was defiling my son's bed, flirting with all the men in this kingdom? Where were all of you? None of you could even confront her to curb her waywardness. What did you people do when Omalinze the bandit virtually was living in my son's house and spending all afternoon in Urena's room? What did you people do?
Not even the king could challenge his actions.
Oh!
If a dump woman could serve me better, then I'd rather marry 10 dump wives.
That's right. Calm down, my prince. So that we can avoid the dangers of crossfire. We'll kill ourselves and leave the enemies.
I never asked any of you to help me in the issue concerning my marriage. Or am I crying out to you now?
Enough! Enough of that, Onusoleze. Anyway, I am hopeful that tomorrow's verdict will be on your favor.
My son, I am solidly behind you. Look, we are all in this together. So let us not only enjoy the dance, but also take advantage of the chance. You have every reason to follow your heart, as much as it does not lead you to a destructive regret.
I am making this decision in regards to the perpetual prejudice that has enveloped me in my household in the time immemorial, my royal status notwithstanding.
I understand you, my son. Please be careful. Okay?
Hey, wait.
ọma. Mbaji kpuru enyi. Ọchịa Maazị Ogbukani o. Ide ni wọn na-akọ n'ama. Ashim ka nkene unu nke unu mere eme. Na-ekenukwu unu nke unu yemekwa ọzọ. Aka jeni yo. Aka jeni yo. Aka jeni yo. Onasulu eze. Onasulu eze. Urenna. Urenna. Gods of Etitinansa, gods of our ancestors, we invite your presence in this hour. The widow does not go to market, so she depends on hearsays in regards to marketing events. Efinewelo Dudu, Chia Nachuli ya Ijiji. So gracious gods, who see all things including tomorrow, we ask that you come to our aid and resolve the matter between our children. The chest cannot be at loggerheads with the breast. Salt and red oil do not fight each other. Stretch forth your hands. Stretch forth your hands and separate these two in one persons in such an amicable manner that the lead will once again match the container. Urenna, why did you attack your husband, knowing that the gods of Etitinansa forbids you?
Noble elders of the jury, my parents, and the good people of Etitinansa, it is never in my character to stand in fury against my husband. But my husband has denied me my regulations as his wife. The other day, I went to beg him to resume inviting me to sleep with him because he has not touched me for over 3 years now. I got him some food to smoothen the ground to enable me make my request. But my husband turned me down and asked me to take the food back. And when I raised an alarm of lamentation, he attacked me.
Who witnessed the episode?
His dumb wife was there. She could not hold him. That time, but did nothing to separate us.
What was your relationship with the dumb wife since her arrival?
She has been a good woman to me. She always runs errands for me. She smiles with me. She has been a good woman.
Are you sure you're telling us the truth?
Yes. You can confirm from her.
But she is dumb.
Then you should depend on my word.
What if your words are undependable?
Then let the gods strike me dead.
Onosulueze, will you tell this jury why you decided to batter your wife, knowing that the gods forbid a dog from eating the bone hung around its neck?
My elders, I respect your wisdom. You all know that I'm a lion's come, and a snake does not beget a short thing. Neither do a lion eat grass.
You have not answered a question.
Urena declined sleeping with me, and I was forced to marry a woman who is pregnant for me now. She brought some fruit and requested to resume sleeping on my bed again, which I told her to go and do the requirements based on her custom. She screamed and abandoned the fruit for me.
Are you still going to take her back as your wife?
Urena is my wife. She's still my wife and will always be my wife. Never stop being my wife.
Urena, are you still interested in this marriage?
Yes, provided he accepts my daughters as his legitimate children, as if they were sons.
Urena, not even 10 daughters. They would not. Members of the jury, this is the unseen crux of the quarrel. Should the man dead, I take them as my daughter, do as my sons.
Before he married a second wife, did you, Urena, stop sleeping with him? Or did you go and he did not let you in?
He never refused to allow me in. Neither did he invite me. And there's no way I can force myself on him.
Onosulueze, did you invite her and she refused? Or did you just get fed up because of the 2 daughters and stopped inviting her?
She never asked to come and I said no. Though she did not ask and I refused.
Who will attest to your honesty that you have told us nothing but the whole truth?
If I had lied to you, let the gods strike me dead.
We thank both of you. Now we'll need to gather facts in preparation for judgment. I ask that you all disembark for recess, and we will reassemble you when we are through.
Why did you agree to talk to him in marriage? No, tell me, why did you reject him?
I answered your mind, Mama. I know nothing will make you severe in lordship with the royal family. If I had demanded for separation, would you have accepted Kolanut from another man on my behalf? If divorced?
You have a point too. You have a point. But why did you refer to that dumb girl that she's a good wife? Eh?
Considering from everything, she seems to be a good woman. How do you read her mind to know whether she's good or bad? Since she cannot talk, her composure and countenance speaks for her.
Composure.
Oh, if you say so.
My daughter,
Papa.
remain of good cheer. You will come out victorious.
Sir.
You are my daughter.
Thank you, Father. I'm always your friend. Thank you.
We thank you all for your patience throughout the time we were deliberating on the matter to administer a just judgment. The evidence before us shows that the pot on fire is full with water at the boiling point, trying to blow off the lid. Since Prince Onusuleze and Urenna agreed to continue their marriage, the rest is a matter of mutual movement. Urenna's actions are motivated by the desire to return to her man. I commend her courage. Urenna, taste the fruit that you served your husband that day. This will prove that it was not poison.
My ancestors, this is the time I need you the most. Please come to my aid. If I ever poison this fruit before serving it to my husband, let me die. If not, reward me with the gift of a son and long life.
Prince Onusuleze, I salute your wisdom. No man caught in a similar threat of extrication will not take a new wife. But take back your wife Urenna after she survives the period of oath. Reinstall her rights to sleep over with you whenever appropriate.
And what of the marital rights that comes with such a reunion? Have you overruled them?
If she survives the oath, she will bring a white cock, choice dish, and palm wine to wash the face of her husband.
For some weeks now, no one has set eyes on Omalize.
What do you expect? He knows that Urenna and her husband have not settled their scores. So,
his absence has sent abysmal ripples of panic in the community.
My dear, whenever he goes missing with those his cohorts, hyper alertness and security consciousness will be the thing in the minds of every indigenous in this community.
Men and their heartlessness. But it is very, very unfair for him to leave her now. It's unfair now.
Whose side are you? Eh? Wait, oh. When did his relationship become a good topic of discussion? Don't even say that. Because look, let me tell you, his presence in this community only adds salt to injury in the royal household. So, please, oh.
But whatever happens, we just need to pray that Omalize with his outlandish miscreants do not invade the community with massacre. That should be our prayer.
My dear, I pray so. I pray so. Because that royal household has become a war zone. A place that the whole community is supposed to be emulating from. Look at what it has become now. I just pray so. He should not even come back again. Eh?
Edoga.
Your Majesty.
I thought you said you have everything planned. What is keeping?
Oh yes, I'm surprised, Your Majesty, because she told me she will walk through this path to meet you. I don't know. Surprised she's not here yet.
To have a girl of her class to make the king waiting is disrespectful to the royalty.
It is disrespectful, Your Majesty. But maybe we just try to have a little patience. She promised that she was going to walk through this path to meet you. And I don't know. Oh, there she comes. I told you.
Greetings, Your Majesty. Greetings, Edoga.
Oh, it's good to meet you.
I am sorry I kept you waiting. I wanted to make sure I'm not being followed.
That's a good idea. I would think, yes. Very important, Your Majesty. I think I need to give you a little time so that you guys will have a private time together. Edoga. Come close.
Amobi! Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, you called me.
Yes, sir. You are supposed to be the guard on duty today, with the primary assignment of following the king.
You are right, Your Majesty.
So, where is the king? Because he's not in the throne room, and he's neither in his room.
Your Majesty, I don't know where the king went. He left with Ichie Edoga and ordered me not to follow him.
Really?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Something is behind this. Well, you can go back to your duty post.
Okay, Your Majesty.
Igwe Anibweze, you are always starting something. But Lolo Ikodia is always a step ahead of you. Always a step ahead of you.
How far have you gone with the arrangement? We need to be fast. I'm ready now.
We have to wait till the end of the restrictions imposed by the oath. Actually, the food was not poisoned, so I am sure to survive it. After which I'll be readmitted into my position, legally with my husband.
So what are we going to do now?
We have to wait for some weeks. If not, this mission shouldn't have been delayed at all.
Okay, I'll be leaving now. I'll see you. Okay.
All I am asking is for you to give me a male child. Not only will I make you the queen, I will make the child an heir to my throne.
Your Majesty, what happens to Prince Onosaleze?
It is in the capacity of the king to decide who reign after him. I promise you, I will make you the queen, and the son which you will bear for me will be my successor.
Your Majesty, I am afraid. I am afraid of the queen. If she finds out I'm having an affair with the king, she'll kill me.
Oh. Mwadinobi, you do not need to worry about all that. I will take care of them. Okay? Come to my arms. I will take care of everything. I will protect you. Oh.
My prince.
Oh, Sitademba. I am now a father. Yes. I now have a son. My chi has consolidated my royalty.
My prince.
Awele has given birth to a son.
My prince.
What's it,
Very soon you are eventually going to be the Igwe of Etinasa, and your son, the great and the crown prince of our kingdom.
Prince Onosaleze has been vindicated.
You can say that again.
I have been vindicated.
So, Ijawele has eventually given birth to a son.
A son.
Honestly, you came with a good news. I thank the gods for making my daughter's stay in your house stronger. That's by the way, how is the case between you and Urenna?
Amalake said I should readmit her into my bed.
Huh?
After the expiration of the oath.
Huh? Has she fulfilled the rights for such readmission?
No, she has not. When I asked her about it, she pretended not to know anything about it. And I asked her to let her parents to confirm and compile the requirements.
It's a lie. She must provide them. She must provide them. And after that, you will give her condition on how to carry on her duties in that house. And do you know what? She must no longer give in into infidelity as long as she remains under your roof with you.
You're right, my in-law. You're very right.
You must draw line between the two wives so that each of them will know their rights and limit in that house. My in-law, if my husband can manage me and the co-wives, you can do the same. Now.
No problem, my in-law. But your guardian and closeness will make me cultivate the tidbit of being the head of polygamy.
Okay, for instance, you will approve the days of her cooking in that house. So that whatsoever she serves you, she must test it. Do you understand? This time around, you will no longer leave them to do whatever they like.
You go dey hustle, dey strive.
Oh, you're sitting here singing, combing your ears. Eh? Now that I've totally lost her to my husband's house, are you happy? We had all the time to kill and eliminate her, but you refused.
Don't blame you, Reina. I came up with a plot, but you told me to wait until the oath expires. Why blame me now? Should we cancel the plot or we plan another for the
wicked man! That is what you are. You will not see anything good in your life. And I will make sure I uncover all your evil deeds in this kingdom. Mark my words. I will deal with you and make sure you're banished for life from this kingdom.
Let me die if I don't strangle you if you threaten me again in that manner. You know Jones! You know Jones! You know Chris! See, let me tell you. If you ever speak out, if you dare open up your mouth and spit out my secret in this kingdom, I will kill you and give your carcass to my vultures at the abattoir at the market. The Jones! Now get out of my compound! I said get out of my compound!
Please don't speak, my love. Please, I am sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't leave me. I've surrendered my body to you to share with my husband in defiance of the wrath of the gods. Please don't leave me. I don't have anyone to go to, please. I'm sorry. Don't leave me, please. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, please, my love, don't leave me. I'm sorry.
My in-law, now that you're preparing for naming ceremony, what name will you give to your son? What name do you prefer?
My in-law, honestly, I do not have any name on my head right now.
Hey. Okay. We have to think of a name. I don't want that day you appear unprepared.
It's okay. I'm ready to accept your suggestion.
Okay. I have 3 names.
Okay.
3 beautiful names. Chinonso, Chiemerie, and Chukwebuka. How do you say the name? Chi.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. A good suggestion though.
Good.
But when you were trying to suggest for me, a name just occurred to me.
Oh yeah, share it now.
Okay, how do you see this name? Chibogo. That means God has settled the quarrel.
Chibogo. Hi! Very beautiful. Oh, Makano. Chibogo. Oh, God have settled the quarrel. Beautiful name. Chibogo. Yes. Considering what is happening in your family, God have settled the quarrel. Hi! Hi!
Thank you so much.
You were there. Ngwan.
Oh, Mali, I am sorry. I am sorry. See, I promise never to threaten you with your past secrets. I'm sorry.
Reina, you have to sleep over your plot so you know exactly where your vengeance lies. We have to be very careful so that we don't kill the ram because of the sins of the he-goats.
Omali, I am getting confused. The reason I wanted to kill Ijawele was for the child not to come forth. But this oath has delayed everything. What do I do? I need you to advise me, Omali. Please.
We have to wait until the period of the oath expires.
The oath will expire in a few days. So I think this is the right time to strike. Because any mishap that befalls them now will be attributed to the ugly effect of the oath. Which means I am vindicated.
We had an earlier agreement. Let us stick to that agreement. We have to wait. We have to wait.
I have to go now. Let's go. Please, I want you to drive.
You drive. Let me just...
This world is not a bed of roses. Oh, this world is not a bed of roses. Give my God, you man gozo.
Omalinze, when are you ever going to leave married women alone in this kingdom? When?
You! So you've gotten the nerves to confront me and question my powers in this kingdom? Are you not afraid of me?
Omalinze, let me tell you something that you don't know. The day a great man was born in one kingdom, that same day another great man is born in another kingdom.
Really?
Yes!
Really?
Yes!
Really? Are you talking to me? Why are you running? Why are you running?
Omalinze, you better change your life. Change your life. Nemesis will catch up with you one day. Okay, Nemesis will catch up with you. Stupid thing.
Still let me spill your blood and feed your flesh to those vultures at that abattoir close to the main market.
Me learning from you.
Who are you talking to me?
Omalinze, me. I am not afraid of you, Omalinze. Get away.
You're talking to me. Oh, sister, you're talking.
Come. Shameless man. Come.
Try this next time.
Come on, get out.
Challenge me one more time and I'll kill you.
I wanted to give you. Let me take this one. Very soon, I will take you to the Queensland. And when we get there, we will look for a garden like this, quiet corner. Where we will always be. And I'll be singing a song. The first song I will sing when we get to the Queensland is Onu neku na mada buru chukwu. Onu neku na mada buru chukwu. Maka na onye si na nya bụ chi, ya mekene ifo je bulu chukwu. Onye si na nya bụ chi no, ya mekene ifo je bulu chukwu. Maka ije n'ụwa si na chi adị mma o. Ije n'ụwa si na chi adị mma. Mame. Oh my goodness. You are dancing to the tune already.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Take another one.
No, Your Majesty, I still have some in my mouth.
You still have some?
Yes.
Oh, freedom everywhere.
So, Your Majesty, you have this.
You want to give me?
Yes, from me too.
Oh my goodness.
Oh!
This is good with kiss. Or peck. Because of this land, we bless our union. Say, good. And some people will die in their abode.
Your Majesty, I can't wait to be your wife.
I see.
And be the queen of this kingdom. And by the time I get pregnant, I'll give you a very strong son.
I see. That is why I came in the first place. How are you? I can see you're enjoying yourself with the king.
Yes, so very soon I'll become the queen of Atitinansa, and I'll have numerous maids following me about.
That is a good dream. Don't forget, I choose you for the king. That means you will have to appreciate me.
Oh, that.
Yes.
Say whatever you want and I'll tell my husband, the king, to give it to you. Say that fast, I don't have time.
Unfortunately, the king cannot give me what I want. Only you. Only you can give me what I want.
What do you mean?
What is good for the geese is good for the gander. I choose you for the king, and I can also destroy the relationship. All I need to do is tell the queen that you're seeing the husband.
But you cannot do that to me, Chedoga.
Yes, I can. All you need to do is let me test the woman in you. And of course, I will keep my mouth sealed. But if you don't, I'm going to tell the queen. Just once cannot kill you. Or do you want me to tell the queen?
It hasn't gotten to that.
It has gotten to that. Because if you don't give me the opportunity to do that, I will tell the queen. But if you let me, I will make my mouth to come sealed. So you have an option. I'm waiting. Just say yes to this and then we can part ways now, okay?
Prince Onosuleze, we congratulate you both for surviving the oath. Your seed will blossom onto the third generation. My advice for you: do not discard an old wrapper because of a new one. Go home and perform equal husband role to your two wives. Urenna, the gods are merciful with you. They want that you go and ask your husband for forgiveness. You will use a ram, a cock, palm wine, kola nut, and 2 tubers of yam to cleanse your husband for laying false allegations on him. The gods have found him innocent, and you shall arrange a survival ceremony. Onosuleze, take back your wife and re-establish bedfellowship with her according to the customs. By the power vested on me as the spiritual advocate of Amadieke, the gods of Etitinansa, I have spoken.
I still do not know why Urenna has refused to perform the customary appeasement ritual as was directed by Balego.
What else? What else if not her usual stubbornness and recalcitrance? Because she feels she's always having your backing whenever issues about her is mentioned.
Well, you may be right about my soft spot towards her. But this is not a matter of father and the daughter-in-law. It is a matter of the king and his subject. Who must uphold the tradition to the level.
Thank the gods that father is able to see when I say that she treats the family matter with levity and reluctance.
Well, whoever that has her interest should tell her that I will not hesitate to excommunicate her from this kingdom if she does not go according to what she was penalized with 2 market weeks. For the mere fact that she took the family to the jury is a slap on our faces. And I must dish my chastisement on her for such carelessness. She mustn't take our love and care for her for granted.
Father, thank you so much. I really do appreciate this. At least you were able to speak up to my own favor at a time like this. Thank you so much.
You. I was actually going to drink somewhere. Why don't you just follow me there? You're too scared. Come on.
Are you not tired?
Tired of what? How can I be tired of all these things I'm seeing around your body, yeah?
Stop.
Okay, so tell me, how is your friend preparing for the cleansing ceremony?
She sends her gratitude for you, but she wants you to help her getting some of the items for the ceremony.
The items? Oh, that is not a problem. Come back tomorrow morning.
Okay, you know the ceremony has been delayed. If she had other means, she would have hosted it without any further planning. So, she said she will be expecting to hear from you soonest to enhance the ceremony on the next market day.
What do I do? Okay, you know what? Tell her to answer a call behind our house at dawn to take a delivery of those items from my emissaries.
Okay. Thank you so much, my Omale, the husband to the less privileged. Stop! I have to go.
And this thing is killing me.
My husband is waiting.
He's waiting for you. This is killing me. Damn! I called you to intimate you on a matter that is perturbing my nerves. And I know my killing and my Shenkes matter.
We know now. Correct.
Regina, she lost her case against her husband, the prince.
What?
And customs subject her to a cleansing ceremony. But now the items when they need for the matter, I ain't matter now for the ground. I make I call you now.
The dropper.
They said they need a huge ram and some tubers of yam, cola nuts and palm wine. Now why I call you now? How una go take support me?
Senior man, you don't get issue. Your face so, your shoes shine. So I know I believe your mother died. See, before daybreak, I could provide you with huge ram with the horn twist. You know my matter now. As long as you don't concern you, and my head you go day. You know now, man don't talk too much.
I believe.
See, Jama. Na daily thing now.
You understand now, you know, na daily thing. You dey get me? Na daily thing, na what you dey do always. See, you know say in my own coordination, failure na Mr. Far. You dey get am now? See, if na yam, if na yam, you don't get problem because the snake, not the two talk, not the talk even, but he sees venom. You see the yam matter, now wow, forget that one, forget them. The yam, me go deliver. Wait for me tonight now. Wait for me tonight at the deliver.
I believe on our morale. Now what I call on our based on who on our be Agua, the snake.
Nah, Bobo. Bobo, you correct.
Alright. No matter. They could just go on leash and connect with me at midnight. No time.
Nothing props at all. Nothing props.
My man, I go reward my handsomely.
No props, man, no props. Nah,
Remember not to allow anybody take Chigo away from your house to anywhere. People must always cuddle him in the presence of an adult here. Is that clear?
My enemy will not sleep until she extinguishes my son's life. But she will die before she carries out her evil plans.
Yes. But don't offer suspicion yet. Until she is clearly out of her cocoon. Then you will have reasons to retaliate. But be careful the way you eat at the ceremony.
Yeah, okay?
Yes, sir.
Go with the round.
My friend, do you know it is my big ram that I saw in that occasion? I left it in my friend's farm in Epulovia. She must have paid heavily for this.
I don't understand.
Oh, you don't understand, my prince? No, let me make you understand. My friend Azodu from Epulovia has always taken care of all my livestock. From ram to goats to fowls, name them. And he came to collect it, to sell it for me. And I hope that that money will come soon. EJ.
You have a visitor waiting for you at home.
A man or a woman?
Mr. Azodi is waiting for you at home, Papa.
Oh, I told you. Azodo is there to bring my money. I'm sure that is why. Nah, Kambapia. Oh.
Azodo, how much did he pay for it?
Mazi, there is a big problem.
What is the matter?
Some criminals are at it again.
What happened?
They broke into my animal farm last night and made away with that your big ram.
Abomination. How can an in-law steal an in-law's property and present it again as a present to him.
Mazi, the thing is, it was barely midnight when the goat started bleating. And then I heard the increase of noise from the intruder. So I immediately raised an alarm, which awakened people around the neighborhood. In fact, everybody searched to see if they could capture these thieves. And the thing is that they searched the entire Ekulobia clan and they couldn't get the ram.
They couldn't get my ram! Let me see the prince.
Okay, Mazi.
Not a bed of roses. Oh, this world is not a bed of roses. Give and go, you man go so. This in the man go so. Many things are hidden in this life, but you claim to know it all. The evil you plotted has caught up with you. This is heartbroken on above you. Ukuma.